everyone, we're just getting ready to do a pretty big operation. We have our EcoPod model here, and we're going to do a test to, we're going to move it out. So we're just clearing the fence section here, and we may have to move the boat, and then we're going to use the telehandler to bring it out along this path through. There's a boat in the way here, but we're going to try to load it up and do a test to put it onto the water. I'm not sure if we're going to actually put it onto the tripod that's floating in the water right now, but we're going to get it into position so we can see if it will do the job. Because we have what's called a travel lift, which is this huge crane which is going to lift this up and move it into position over the water onto the tripod. And we can only move that so far out over the water, so we may be like a meter short, or we may be a meter to either side, or but we may be able to push it out far enough so we can actually push it right onto the tripod, which would be ideal, because otherwise we have to find a solution, which we're good at doing, but we may have to find a way to pull it out beyond the capabilities of where the crane is able to go and then drop it onto the floating tripod. So we'll see, fingers crossed. We have a little bit of rain today, so we're working under not ideal conditions, but we got to get the job done. Okay, we're all set now. It was a bit of work to get a connection. We had to do some welding to make a solid connection between the trailer that we made and then connect which is supporting the EcoPod. So we had to connect that trailer to the telehandler, or the orange telehandler here. So it's all set up now, and right over here behind me we have the big travel lift that's all ready to receive the EcoPod. There's a lot of variables, so it's a little nerve-wracking. We have the whole crew here assembled, and people on the sidelines here waiting to see what happens. We have the travel lift is over here. So fingers crossed. We're going to have some magic happen probably over the next hour or less. Usually when things are, there's a lot of setup time, and once things are all set up, then they happen really fast. So all we have to do is move this EcoPod about 120 meters down and see if it lines up with the tripod that's on the water. So we're going to connect the EcoPod to the tripod, maybe do a test connection and see if it works. And if it does, then great. If not, then we'll know what we need to do over the next couple of weeks to be able to make this connection happen. been a long day. Most of the workers, well, about half the workers have left. We finished work officially an hour ago, but this has been an all-day procedure. I'm working on getting the EcoPod all the way out. We're about halfway through, and a bit of a problem has come up as we were trying to lift it, and there's 3 sets of rollers here. The 2 at the back are on different controllers. The 2 at the front are on one controller. And we couldn't get, we're trying to use only the front 2 rollers because that would allow us to, you can see the front set here is further forward. It's actually outside and further forward than the one at the back. So we need to get this, the pod as far to the front as possible so we can put it onto the floating station, the tripod that's on the water. So that's a little bit tricky because when we do that, we don't have, if we have it all the way to the front 2 rollers, it doesn't give us as much control because we only have control on the back 2 rollers. So if we just changed the setup, so we had it, the 2 straps, one at the front, one at the back of the EcoPod, and that was coming, so it was actually going to be unlevel, so it was actually at an angle, and we couldn't lift the whole thing up. So now we've changed the straps so that they're crisscrossed, and that seems to be working. So we've now lifted it up. It's in a good position, so I think we're going to be able to take it out now. Yeah. So now you can see it's level, and once it's level, then we can pick it up. And now we're going to work our way out to the water.